Hi everyone, it's Reverend Lucy coming to you from beautiful Sedona, Arizona. I apologize for not bringing you along earlier in the day with me. It was a really long day and it started way too early, and so I just spaced out on that earlier, but I'll backtrack and share with you my day. It started at 3 a.m., way early, and I was able to get up and out and going and at the airport for my early flight, and we were all set to board when they said that two of the tray tables for the seat backs were not able to be secured up. They were down and not secure, so we got delayed about half hour, 40 minutes from taking off so that that could be fixed. And I was just really grateful that the staff, the flight crew, was alert and watchful and making the flight safe for us. So very grateful that we were on a safe flight, and we took off a little bit late, so I was a little bit concerned about my connecting flight. Ooh, but let me back up a minute. The story starts sooner than that. I had booked the flight because it was a direct flight from Columbus to Phoenix. And I was really excited to find a direct flight, nonstop, ready to go. And somewhere along the lines, it's American Airlines. They canceled 2,000 flights in one day this week. And mine was one of them. They canceled the nonstop and put me on a layover or stopover in Dallas-Fort Worth. So once we got off the ground, we went to Dallas. And I had just enough time with our delay. Everything's running a little bit slow and behind, and nobody's really taking off on time with American, is what I was told. And so I was fortunate to sit next to a flight attendant who was catching a ride home. And so she gave us me and the lady next to me, a full rundown of the ins and outs of flying at the moment. And so it was fine that we were late. I did make it. I had about 10 minutes in between flights to get to the next one, but I made it and it was fine, and I made the connecting flight. And the second flight was really cool. As I was coming down the aisle, I noticed a man who was sitting on the aisle seat. I was in the middle seat, aisle seat, and he was about 3 times my size. Huge person, huge human being. And I started up a conversation with him and said, "Oh, honey, are you a pro football player?" And he said, "Well, I was." And so I had a wonderful conversation with him, Devin. He played for the New England Patriots back in the day at some point. Today he does inspirational talks for schools and prisons, and helps people to see what I would call reality, but see the way the world works. He's very inspirational, and so sort of a ministry that he does. And he's so amazing. And I talked about, well, hey, I am a minister. And then we connected on that level. And even though I know nothing about football, which was his early career, his early life, and it concerned me not in the least, once we got on a spiritual level, we started chatting and we talked for the whole flight. And we wound up singing together and talking and giving each other blessings and hugs, and even got a selfie with him. He's what I would call semi-famous. So there you go, my brush with fame. I don't know. But really nice guy, and he says he's due to come to Columbus in January, and he'll look me up. So I feel like I made a really wonderful connection. So I'm glad that my nonstop flight got canceled and I was put on this one, because I definitely felt like I was meant to be there and meant to be in that seat with him. And he had actually been in a different seat and gotten moved to that seat because they had put him in a middle seat and he would not have fit. He was such a large person. He would not have fit in the center seat, though, so they moved him to an aisle seat. And fortunately, I was in the middle seat, so I was able to I didn't fill my seat, so he was able to sit more comfortably that way. So had a really wonderful chat with him, and then landed and got my car rental, and then drove from Phoenix to Sedona, and came to my lodging, the place that I'm staying, and here I am. It's somewhere pushing 6 o'clock here, would be 9 o'clock there. So I'm really, really tired since I was up at 3 a.m. Ohio time. And so I wanted to come on and just let you all know that the journey begins, the adventure begins, and I'm really grateful for what's already happened, and the beauty and the majesty of Sedona. I've seen lots of desert and lots of cactus, the saguaro cactus, the one that stands really tall. Out there, I saw it from the highway. I just saw, actually over here, I just saw my first bit of wildlife is a huge grasshopper. It had to be 3 inches big, 3 inches long. It was huge. I mean, this doesn't really tell you, but it was a huge grasshopper. It was my first wildlife so far on the trip. But I'm really looking forward to getting some rest and starting out tomorrow fresh and seeing what the day holds and enjoying my time so far. You can see the one mountain area behind me, and so far I'm seeing these. To me, they look like bushes that are grown a little bit bigger. They might get 20-ish feet tall, but for the most part, there really isn't a lot of tall trees, or trees, what I would call a tree. It's mostly low vegetation so far that I've seen. I talked to some people at the restaurant. I went and had dinner. There's a restaurant at the facility where I am, and there are people who said, yeah, there's quite a bit of vegetation here in the area. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that is and where that is, and seeing what happens. I'm here 3 days early before the tour group, the other people that are coming to join me, and so we'll see what unfolds in these days. I'm here to scout it out and see what happens, and check out Sedona a little bit. And so I'm enjoying my time so far. I'm glad to bring you on the journey with me, and I hope that you stick with me with it and see what other adventures unfold, because it's another adventure in the making. And enjoy, because I'm having a great time, and we'll see what happens. So you have a great day, a great rest of your day, and I will be back with you again shortly. Thank you. Bye for now.